Namaste, Jai Bharat. The geopolitical situation and that perspective and Pakistan in it is continuously remaining strange. We know that. Now look at the structure of Pakistan. We do not know who is in charge, quote unquote, of the state of Pakistan. There's a president, there's a prime minister, and then there is this military, then there are these terrorists, and of course they have judiciary, the Supreme Court, etc. Who is there? Suppose you want to talk to Pakistan, who would you talk to? Normally one would think that you go and speak to the Prime Minister, or at least the President, no one else. But then we do not see. We normally expect a normalcy with Pakistan, but then there's nothing normal in Pakistan as it is appearing. The army is everything. The army is everything, and the army presently, the Asia Munir would tell that who should do what. You do this, you do that. That's it, and those who will just follow up. Maybe because these people are placed in such positions by Asim Munir, that means the army. The army is so powerful. The army is everything. Maybe the people want it that way. And the people do not have a democratic mind, whatever may be the reasons. But presently, we have been seeing this thing in Pakistan for a long time. There's something very funny happened. This Asim Munir has become very unpopular with the Operation Sindoor from Bharat, in spite of all their Goebbelsian propaganda of winning the battle with the Bharat, due to various reasons of changed times, social media, etc. The people, by and large, at least someone who's given to letters, understand that Pakistan is miserably lost. Maybe there are many people who still think that they won the war and they celebrate it, but then this awareness is there, at least among some section of people of Pakistan, that they are miserably lost. Now, Asim Munir's image is affected by that. He wanted to remain at the top, and he is at the top undoubtedly right now. But then his image is affected. So somehow this rumor got spread that Asim Munir is invited towards the kind of army parade in US, which turns out to be spurious. The White House later said not invited. Then Asim Munir falls on his knees. It's a question of his image, his name, and his support from the people of Pakistan. He had to get something desperately from the US. So I do not know how he must have manipulated, but certainly must have got into contact, etc., with President Trump for a private lunch. And you may think that President Trump is just asking him and giving him a private lunch out of pressure. No, he has his own intentions and motives. Actually, Asim Munir becomes a scapegoat. And then, after all this, President Trump wants a Nobel Prize desperately. He believes that he should have been given several Nobel Prizes prior to this, before. He believes that he deserves it. Whatever may be his rationale of believing, it is up to him. I'm not going to pass a judgment on it. That's none of my business. But he believes that he should have got a Nobel Prizes several times before that, because people get it, so he should also get it. Simple logic. So finally, Asim Munir gets invited for lunch, and that becomes a big news for him in Pakistan. And he proudly returns to Pakistan, and the people in Pakistan, mostly very, very uneducated lot, less informed lot, who are mostly guided by the principles of fireworks, that's the four frames of religion. They, of course, laud him, and at least several people of them would see him with great reverence, etc. He comes back, fine, done. Though he was not given a chance to go to the parade, then he at least got a lunch. That is a great recognition. In fact, you look who President Trump got, not the president, not the prime minister, not even the army chief. So that clearly sends a message that he is Pakistan. He's the top person in Pakistan. And at once, after returning, the Pakistan government officially recommends the name of President Trump for Nobel Prize for Peace. Why not? If Muhammad Yunus can get Nobel Prize for Peace, why not President Trump? That logic works actually. Anyway, Pakistan is the only state in the entire world, the government in the entire world, who officially recommended President Trump's name for Nobel Prize. Done. Having done all those things, this happened less than a month ago. We know that. Then comes the blow out of the blue. U.S. directly attacks Tehran. U.S. directly attacks Iran, destroys their 3 important nuclear bases. Gone. I don't think the Nobel Prizes can stay in place. And look at the situation of Pakistan and Asim Munir. On the one hand, a month before he was trying to say that we are same brotherhood, ummah, all kinds of things, we are the same kind of people, we should be with one another, supporting, etc. Just less than a month ago. And then he visits US, and then he comes back, and then US attacks Iran. And what is the position of Asim Munir? Who does he stand with? Whether he would support Iran or he would support the US, he doesn't have a position now. And he's the same person who told Iran, reportedly, because Iran says that we will support you with nuclear weapon if Israel attacks you. Now all gone with the wind. Asim Munir is neither here nor there. See, US is not interested in anyone's welfare. US has no friends. They have only interest of their nation. Perfectly justified. You must have an interest in your own national interest. That's perhaps what US is doing, and that, of course, precisely should be appreciated. That I should be interested in my nation's welfare, and I'm actually so. Not to please someone, not to make anyone happy. So the US has got the definite interest, and people like Pakistan, nations like Pakistan, people like Asim Munir, they play into the game. They get used, and they remain US obediently. Before also, now also, in future also, they shall remain only US obediently, because they have no other choice of existence. They have to exist as subaltern to these big bosses, but which doesn't work with Bharat. It is never the case with Bharat, at least from now on, or from last 10 years on. So Asim Munir got trapped very badly. All those things are a big confusion. Will Nobel Prize be recommended? Not likely, because how can you give Nobel Prize to a person who attacked a nation, who is telling that that's a violation of international what not? We shall meet again. We shall meet in some other thought. Namaste. Jai Bharat, Jai Shri Ram.